What's up, all? We are back for the Golf Grand Prix finale. This is the final round, 18-hole event. You'll have two replays available for this. This is going to be on the Yas Links course. You'll see the scaled rewards. You're going to see these are some of the best prizes stacked towards the end. So a fair amount of balls, fair amount of pins, diamond pin bag. You're going to see some nice country club points. Also, tons and tons of club cards if you can finish in the top two spots. So that's what you'll be shooting for. Keep in mind, your rewards will scale down and be just a little bit worse in the event that you play down. So highly recommend playing up. Being able to get some of those A flights, that is the best ball in the game. So it's definitely always something to keep in mind and be striving for. Let's jump in here and we will get underway. So first thing we're going to do is we can go, let's do Grand Prix day 7. And we'll copy day 3 for this. Just override some things like Holy Driver 3. For instance, we'll make a 4, Viking 5, update that one. Lightning Rod 1, first time making an appearance. Rattler also making its first debut. Adobe 6, Atlas 6, sorry. Yellow Jacket 8, not the greatest. Rough iron, so you will want to try to avoid the rough specifically, and that should do it. So once you get your bag set up, let's get underway. Try to get this off, and like I mentioned, try to be as careful as possible. Those great balls will go in the rough with these early clubs, so definitely be careful. Also, when you're missing some of that ball guide, something to keep in mind. For some reason, this wedge didn't get updated. So let's come back here. I didn't have to do it this way, but I did. We could have shortcut with the double click. For all of you who have not used that feature yet, you can double tap. You would have been able to shortcut. I think this Atlas is a little bit on the shorter range. So let me come back. I'll take one of these earlies like hip 5. Let's see if this is about accurate. It should be. Yeah, pretty close there. It's like a hip 5. So that's the way we're going to play it. Play this ball guide for sure tight on the hole. You're going to see that it'll collapse down significantly. And this looks like 78, 80%, somewhere in there. So 2-3 to 2-4 rings. Just going to kind of quick aim this a little bit. Just trying to get you guys in the range and trying to think about what needs to be done, especially looking at things like the ball guide. You have practice pins, you have replays. You'll be able to dial these in if that's what you're trying to do. However, as you can see, even with the Atlas, we're able to get the Eagle simply by using the Wind app and entering in the value. So you will see some very good values there. And the biggest thing would just be keeping this in play. Now, if I remember correctly, this hole is rather long, so you may want to blast this one down. Be sure to catch your ultimate shots if you can. You don't want to penalize yourself by getting it in the rough. But you may want to go power pin or top spin pin. I do remember this hole being pretty long, so still 247 out. That's exactly what we're going to be working with. You can see we're going to have to aim this off the fairway. Very tough to control this. So highly recommend you don't play it this way. However, if you'd like to play it this way, by all means, you can use this as a guide. This is what was this, about 3 topspin? This is maybe 3 topspin. You can see how I have my guide, and you can use this as a reference. We're going to overplay 2 rings with a full topspin. Is not going to be enough, so I'm going to go at least 2-2, which is an extra 10% more. And let's just see what that looks like. Like I mentioned, more than anything, I'm just trying to get you guys in the ballpark. See the speed it comes in. 10% looks like a little bit too much. You know, probably split the difference somewhere there. 2.07, something like that. 210 maybe even. But all things considered, not too bad. We're so able to hit a pretty decent quality shot. Hopefully you guys can do similar. And see what we can do on this one. Just going to try to blast this one up here. Again, try to catch those ultimate shots if you can. You will penalize yourself in the event that you're not getting your ultimates. And there you can see. Pretty good shot there. Not sure if I've set up the span for this. I have not. So this might be a good time to do that. A pretty long round coming in. So that's 10 rings. So it's 20. Just trying to get this span down. 30, 40, 42, 43 and a half maybe. So that is going to be our new span for that club. We'll go 10, what is that, 10 rings for max. We're going to go more than that. We'll go at least 2 more, 3 more. 13 for max, we'll call this. So 13 for max. 3.8. 3.5. You can see how short my ball guide is. Let's see if this is right. 3.5 rings. Let's give this a whirl. See what it looks like. Looks like it's coming in very nice. Oh, right over the edge of the cup. So all over that thing, just needed, and you know, maybe more than anything, I just didn't realize that the ball guide was going to roll out that much to the right. The ring adjustment was probably spot. It just really needed maybe just a little bit better alignment, knowing that it's going to break to the right. This is something that you can keep in mind for yourself. You can also use practice pins. So you can see here, this is Max Club, and a nice opportunity for us to use something like backspin pins. So do keep these in mind. I'll just use something like a 20 backspin. Maybe just make it just a little bit easier. And this is what, about 3 on the side spin, right on the right edge of that 3rd bar. You can see what we're doing with the ball guide. And this was very close to max. We can just use the max adjustment value here. We won't set this ring span yet because we know we're just using max. So it's pretty much going to be 4 rings, 1 per, very close to 1 per in this scenario. So let's give that a whirl. Ooh. So it looks like with the 20 backspin, that came in absolutely perfect speed. We just needed to set that adjustment better, keep, maybe get that spin. Maybe my pull angle just shifted just slightly. But all things considered, we got that pretty dialed. Should be easy for you guys to dial that in just a little bit more. You can use those practice. Use your replays if you need. This is the most important scoring round. You will want to try to win this bracket for this final day 7. Those rewards are definitely something you don't want to pass up. So I'm assuming this might be Rattler again. Oh, maybe even Atlas. We've already made one Atlas shot in this round. Why not see if we can do another one? Looks like it's well within the span. Just put this ball guide just a little bit aggressive. It should collapse down a little. Let's go here. Figure out how much club this is. 80, 90%, somewhere in there. Yep. Looks like maybe 80, 81. 2-4. 2-4. We'll just eyeball this just like we did on the last one. Not going to get too specific. If you guys would like to dial this in, feel free. I'm just kind of giving you a nice, you can see how my ball guide looks. And oh, right off the center of the pin. So I just kept that ball guide just a little malicious. So if you guys could just tighten that up just a little bit, keep it just a little bit shorter. Easy to pop that in. I pretty much hit that pin dead on. So no reason that we couldn't have made that for sure. And similarly, I'd imagine you guys will be well on your way to being able to do that one. Should be one of the easier ones on this setup. So let's blast this one up. Imagining we're going to be setting up for a Rattler. Keep in mind, you're going to have all these same wind angles. So utilizing your replays and utilizing those practice pins will be the easiest way for you to dial these holes in. You can see here's max. I'm going to be pulling down from max. That's 10, at least 15 rings. That's 15 right there. That looks pretty good. Maybe come in just a little, 14 rings. Right around 14 rings from max. $330. And again, like I've been mentioning, not going to dial this in too much. Just going to kind of eyeball it. If you guys want to try to fine tune it, by all means, I do highly recommend trying to take advantage of these and try to do the best that you can. I'm just, I'm happy with anything in the range. So just trying to get you guys a nice little starting point. You can see on this one, it looks like the ball guide is going to roll out well beyond what you see on the Rattler 4. So that's a good starting point to get you off the ground and running. You can see, just keep that ball guide just a little bit shorter, and you have a good opportunity there, as it seems to be a nice short par 4. Relatively easy access to that pin. And again, just be very careful with these. Try not to hit any of the great balls off the tee. Going to keep it in play for sure. And let's see how we are in the Viking span. Again, this is going to be a nice one for you to use a pin for. So I'd recommend a power pin. However, if you don't use a pin, you can see, let's just say that, so this is one top spin. Let's just see what one top spin goes. Max value is saying 183. I'm going to go slightly beyond 183. Not going to go a full 10% this time, but I'm going to go beyond 1.83. Just do like 1.90 or something. Try that. So there's 1.9. Just a little bit of an overplay. It's because, typically we're using backspin. Once we start to use topspin, it kind of changes the dynamic of the way the shot goes. Looks like it just broke to the left more than I was expecting. So you can see that guide, it probably landed pretty spot on. 1.9 was the correct amount of overplay. You just need to realize that it's going to break. It seems hard to the left. As you can see, it landed kind of in line with the pin, and then it just started cutting back to the left, even against the wind. So usually what will happen is those bounces, whatever wind direction, the ball's going to bounce that way. So you can see the fact that it went left, it overrid by the slope. So that you can see how much the slope played a significant role there. It's going to be a good opportunity for you guys to utilize some more backspin pins, for example. So let's take a look at what 20 looks like. You might want to go a 30. Here's 30 backspin, very close to the min value for this club. So we're just going to call this min, which is 2.9. And again, like I mentioned, we're not going to dial this in too exact. I'm just going to go about what would an eyeball be, 2.9. And then if this isn't good enough, you guys can more than try to dial it in just a little bit farther if you'd like. But all things considered, this looks right on line. Just came in just a tad too hot. So you can see that's going to be the key to that one. Utilizing a 30 backspin, going to give you a very nice chance. If you can just sit that kind of right at the min line, maybe perfect for a hole-in-one. So best of luck with that one, guys. And see you guys on 9. I'm going to split these guides up into front 9, back 9 because I don't want these videos to go too long. So this will be the last hole on part 1. So hopefully you guys found this one enjoyable. At least give you a ballpark. Keep in mind you're going to have the same winds. You will have the same setup, same club, same everything. So that's one way to keep these tournaments fair for everybody. It's just uniform the setup. And you can see this kind of gets us into another like in-between zone. So I'm just going to go at this straight up. You guys might want to use a power pin or a top spin pin. Get this to your rat distance. Alternatively, you could lay back and just land this on the green with a long iron if you so choose to do so. I'm going to do this with no spin just so you can see kind of the ramifications of what to expect with this shot. This is about maybe 365, 37 rings. Let's just see how this plays out with no spin. That might help you guys decide what you want to do. You can see it looks like it's going to come up just a little bit short. So you probably do want to bring it in with a short iron. You can see it is very controlled. It's a nice little slope here. So I think it might be a good opportunity for you to make. It looks like it was breaking just a smidge to the left. So hopefully you can use that to your advantage. Best of luck on that front 9. You can see pretty stock that I just did there. But I think that there's going to be some good potential for you guys to put up a good score on the front and as well be able to knock out this back. So best of luck on your front and back 9. I'm going to split this up into 2 parts. I will see you guys for the second part momentarily. Best of luck.